We started early, Hugo.
We sure have.
We weren't ready.
No, we weren't.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Sunday Sesh. This is the Radman, and as you've already heard, Hugo. How are you, bud?
I'm good, mate. Yourself?
Awesome, man. We've had a busy day.
We sure have.
Wasn't it good?
It was. It was a great turnout. We've been down at Bunnings in Maddington.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you just left there, because I left about 12:30. And it was going great guns, but I had to sort of start preparing for this.
Yeah, I bailed about 3:15, so there was not a lot of sausages left. So
that's the thing. We could tell people to get down there. Frankenator's there, and Head Shooter.
Yep.
And quite a few of the crew are down there. But
they are.
I don't think they've got any sausages left, so
no.
it'd just be a hello, basically.
Yeah, or onion roll.
Yeah, that's it, onion roll. Or maybe not even onion.
No,
I don't know what's
maybe
left.
not. Who knows?
Maybe just roll.
Yeah.
Hey, obviously with you today, it's going to be a big metal meltdown. So,
well, yeah, it's going to be a different show for the Radman.
It is going to be a little bit, but I'm looking forward to it, man, because this is the music that I do like, that I don't sort of play on the show as a general rule.
Oh, it's going to be great then.
It is. I think we should probably just give a language warning.
We should right now.
Right from the start.
Yep.
Because, it's there's going to be a bit. We got the retro classic album, Metallica.
Yes.
And Justice for All, which I can't wait to play. A little bit of Rage Against the Machine, System Up and Down,
Fantastic.
Faith No More, Pantera, Tool, all those bands.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be awesome, man.
Yeah.
0485 838 436. That's 0485 838 436. If you want to send us through a request or say hello. We're going to kick it off with a bit of Faith No More. This one, Ashes to Ashes. This is a Sunday Sesh with Radman and Hugo.
Yeah.
With the Judas Priest there, Living After Midnight.
Excellent.
Hugo, is that heavy enough for you?
That's where it all started. Yeah.
I guess.
Back in the day.
Yeah. System of a Down before that, Chop Suey, and Faith No More, Ashes to Ashes. I'm just easing things into it before we destroy it all.
Yeah, that's right.
With your songs. Hey, we're going to have a good chat about you because, I listen to you on a Saturday, and I love Rock Aria and obviously the Metal Meltdown with it.
Yep.
But I don't know you very well, Hugo. You're here Saturday, I'm here Sunday.
Yeah, well...
And it's intriguing.
Yeah, we do cross paths every now and then.
Yeah, occasionally.
On a Saturday and that.
But this is, I want to, get to know you a bit better, and maybe the listeners will find out a thing or two that they don't know. Because you'll get to probably talk a bit more here as well. You don't have to talk over Frank and
well, that's right.
Hen Shooter.
I'm normally quite quiet on Rock Aria because I can't really get a word in.
Exactly.
Ryan doesn't know who's about to talk next, and Frank's waving his arms around. So
fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess where it all started with me back in the 70s, I like listening to Sabbath.
Okay.
I guess it was a bit stranger than the other people.
Can we ask what year you were born, Hugo?
65.
You're a 65 boy. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just try and put things in perspective. So Sabbath, like 70s, you were a young teenager or a bit younger even?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we sort of also into Led Zeppelin.
Yep.
And Alice Cooper.
Yep.
Once I moved into high school, that was since... I hate to say it, 78.
Okay. And whereabouts did you go to high school?
I went down the road in Kelmscott.
You were Kelmscott High?
Yeah,
okay.
Kemi boy, so...
Yeah, okay. I was upper class over there at Como High, although I don't think it was upper class at the time.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
All right, so I started getting into a bit of Pink Floyd then.
Okay.
And I've got to say, these bands that I was listening to, I probably didn't just get onto them by myself. It was friends who had older brothers that were introducing these things to me.
Yeah.
But I liked it. It was better than what I was listening to on the radio, which back then, I guess, the station we used to listen to, I can say these names, I guess. 6pm was, I guess. And then
PM-FM.
Then I forget what year it was, but 96 FM came along and everyone seemed to move on to...
That would have been 80s, because they were the first FM station, weren't they?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, from memory. Yeah, and that was, like, huge to be able to hear that clarity in in your music.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
Someone's ringing on the phone.
Yeah, someone's trying to ring, but they'll have to wait.
Yeah.
Then about in late 1980, I started work and in a big workshop, and everyone had their radios blaring, but again, wasn't really into what they were listening to, so I used to bring tapes in. I had a radio tape deck, and I'd play my own and music, and then, of course, 81, MTV came onto TV.
Okay.
And
that was 81, was it?
Yeah, 1981.
Okay.
And so occasionally they'd have special guests, heavy metal DJs, and
that was just what you got into?
That was what I liked, and yeah, but again, that wouldn't come on till late in the night when they'd play them.
Yeah.
1987, Rage TV started.
Yeah, of course.
So, of course, again, we were listening to that, and they'd have their metal nights with the special guest presenters.
Yep.
83, I was finally allowed to get into the pubs.
Okay.
Legally.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, back then we would go off to see bands like Infrared, Trilogy, Saracen, Viper.
Okay.
There was a band in Perth, I guess a death metal band, Creator.
They were all local?
Yep.
Heavy bands, were they?
Yeah, the Jets.
Jets, I remember.
And obviously the Angels used to come over every now and then, so we'd see them, and the Tats. So
yes. Actually,
for some reason, Angels and Tats always seem to come together.
Yes, okay. Yeah, they were sort of that echelon below AC/DC, weren't they? They were just that next level down. They didn't sort of have that international success that AC/DC had, so they were more Australian-focused, I think. So we used to see them a lot more here in Perth.
Yeah, and then early days, I snuck over to Bali for a holiday. It was a totally different place to what it is today, but over there, pirate tapes. They were just like everywhere you went, there was a shop selling them, and I was finding stuff I hadn't heard before, and bootleg concerts and stuff. So loaded up the bag and came home with them and started playing all sorts of stuff from there on in. So
and like, but why metal? Like, what was it that attracted you to that? And so you hang your hat on metal. I mean,
I guess the lead guitar I really like, and the drumming. And as the years passed, and out came the double kick and stuff, it was just I just love it, eh?
Well, we're going to listen to some Fear Factory.
Yeah, when we get onto Fear Factory, I'll probably start throwing the horns and stuff around the station. That's just...
Well, we've chosen one each of Fear Factory, which we'll get to. We're going to start with your first choice is a Pantera song.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just going to read out a couple of texts that we got coming through already, Hugo.
Alrighty.
Now, as usual, every week I have the same issue. I'm using the wrong mouse. Got Ian from Armidale, who I think you know well.
I believe I know Ian.
You know Ian. Going to be the best show yet. I haven't heard it. So he's excited.
Good on
Ian. Mick from Wangara, Damo and Mick. Afternoon, guys. Kicking back to Savo. Having a brew, listening to Metal Meltdown. A big shout out to Blue Metal. There's a new song, Dark on the World, is awesome. Hey, Mick, I know you, actually, to everyone who messaged last week, I've got to apologise because I had quite a few requests that I didn't get to last week. We had Slim Jim on.
Yep.
Did you have a listen?
I did. I was tuned in the whole show. Yeah.
And we talked so much that I hardly played any music, to be honest.
Yep.
So there's lots of requests, and I'm going to try and get a bit of Blue Metal on because I know Mick wanted some Blue Metal last week, so I'll definitely try and get some of that on, probably in the second hour for you, Mick and Damo out there. And we had one more here from Carl. Hey, boys. Keep it banging this afternoon. Can you play Van Halen full-length Eruption and Girl You Really Got Me from Self-Titled? We'll have that on the system.
I should imagine you've got that. Frank's played bits of that.
Yeah.
So,
we'll do that for you, Carl. If it's on the system, we'll definitely play it for you.
Yeah.
Hey, of the three songs, it might even be more songs that you choose today, but the three that you sent through in the week, Hugo, the first one was a band called Pantera.
Yes, I got to see these guys live when they came to Perth.
Okay, what year?
Well, they started in 1990, so I guess it was around 92, maybe.
Yeah.
Was at the Perth Entertainment Centre.
Yeah.
Another Perth band. Back in them days, these bands came from overseas. They had to use a Perth band.
Right, okay.
So back then, the boys from Allegiance were playing with them. I'm not sure if it was their actual first gig. I believe Pantera came twice.
Okay.
But yeah, I've gone with Cowboys from Hell from the Cowboys from Hell album because,
why? Is it just your favourite song?
It just, Pantera changed the whole heavy metal thing when they came along.
And so we're saying, so hang on, at this stage you're mid-20s, I guess. And so this was your sort of first, because they were definitely different, weren't they?
They were.
They weren't heavy rock. They were heavy metal, like
they started
next level.
They started off glam, but they
okay.
early stuff was glam, but they moved into the heavy stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's take a listen to this one. It's called Cowboys from Hell from 1990.
Yeah, from the same album. Yep.
The band is Pantera.
Yeah.
WA Zone.
Yeah, Ershon and the boys from Jam Art.
From Jam Art. It's a great song. I actually first heard that song here on Rock Aria.
Oh, right.
One Saturday, I was just listening at home, and I was out the back doing some gardening or something. And
As you do?
Yes, I do. And I heard that song. I thought, that is a good song. And I didn't even realise it was a WA band. Didn't know who it was at that stage.
Yeah.
And and found it, and I've loved it ever since.
I saw them at Heavy Mental, and they played that song live. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really
actually, we're talking. I wouldn't mind having if anyone from Jam Art is listening, I wouldn't mind having Ershon on the show one week. I think it'd be fascinating to talk to. He does a lot for the industry in WA as well, and organises festivals, does a lot of underage shows. Yeah. So it'd be great to talk to. So
I should be able to flick him a message.
Yeah, okay. We'll do that. We'll set something up.
Yeah.
Before that, we had Van Halen, Eruption into You Really Got Me. That's for Carl out there. Hope you enjoyed that, Carl. Great song.
Yep.
Van Halen, perfect. And off the top there, we had Pantera. Had a message from Brett. It's Brett here, guys. Isn't it great to be hearing Pantera? More of it, I say. It's an awesome song.
Oh, it was. It was a good choice.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I want to ask you about the love of your life, Hugo. Sitting out the front, the HR Holden.
Yes.
Tell us about it, and we'll talk about the other love of your life too.
You had me for a moment. You want to talk about Michelle?
We'll talk about both.
The HR, yes.
It's a beautiful. I'm looking at it here.
I'm glad we got it on the security
it's on
monitor.
the screen. I'm keeping a good eye on it for you. Tell us about it.
Yeah, picked up the HR 6-7 years ago, just as a cruiser, but being what I am, I started to modify it.
Okay.
Went through several different motor changes and stuff. The HR wasn't good to me 4 years ago and nearly lost my use of my hand.
Oh, really?
Dropped the gearbox on my fingers.
Oh, you didn't do that?
Done an awful job of it. And but they've grown back, although one's a little wonky. And
looks a little bit...
a little bit, yeah. Radman's looking at it going, that's a bit wobbly. Yeah,
get that away from me.
Yeah. don't point that at me.
Yeah.
So I stuck with it, and it's looking nice and standard, and
it's beautiful.
Yeah,
is that the factory colour?
That's the factory colour, Sandown Fawn.
So they're a late 60s HR?
That's 66.
66 model. Okay, mid-60s.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. I haven't seen the interior, but...
it's all original, bench seat.
Is it? Yep. Awesome. And you, obviously, we thought we were talking about Michelle.
We did.
Earlier. Just tell us a bit, when did you meet, and... how did all that come about?
How did that all come about? Well, we met a long time ago.
Right. What year are we talking?
You put me.
Oh, really? You don't remember?
You put me on the spot. Well, we were sort of like 14 years or so together before we got married, and we got married in 2012.
Okay, so 98. That's the year I met my wife, actually.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll message in and correct me if I'm wrong.
0485 838 436, Michelle.
So I Elephant and Wheelbarrow.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I'm pretty certain that was where we met.
Yeah,
there.
And is that Francis Street? And
I think they turned it into some sort of crazy golf thing. And
it is now.
I don't know if it still is.
It used to be a place, I think, when I was young, called Spaghetti Graffiti. Do you remember that?
I
used to drive up to it. It's like a Happy Day sort of place.
Yeah.
And then it became the Elephant and the Wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
Oh, so you met there in 98?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
And you share a passion for metal, like...
Michelle liked more of the 80s music.
Okay.
/ some country music as well. But she liked the heavier stuff. Nazareth and a few other bands.
Okay.
Tats and stuff. And then as I came along, I introduced her to things like Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
And, some of the other bands. And now she has to listen to quite a bit of it as I prepare my show Saturday.
Yeah.
But she enjoys it, I think.
Well, she actually chose the songs a couple of Saturdays back.
Well, she did, two Saturdays back.
Yeah, and I heard some System of a Down in there.
Yeah. she picked that, and some Black Sabbath, so she likes all that sort of stuff. So
awesome. We got a text message from the Glentertainer. G'day, Radman and Hugo. Love your shows, guys.
Yeah,
both of them.
Thanks, mate.
I'd like to make a request today for Motorhead. The chase is better than the catch, if possible. Hey, Glentertainer, we've got about, how many would that be? 15 Motorhead songs, and the chase is better than the catch is not one of them.
Yes.
On the old HFM system, and Hugo's been through his stack as well.
Yeah, I had a quick look on my USB, and no, not today.
Can't find it. Mates, if you want to send through another Motorhead song, just pop it on the text and we'll definitely get some Motorhead played. That'll fit right in. We're not against Motorhead.
No, not at all. Love a bit of Lemmy.
We talked about that. First time I seen him was on the Young Ones.
Yeah.
When they were in the lounge room for some ungodly reason. and just memorable the way he used to hold the way the mic was set up and it was pointing down. He used to sort of scream upwards.
Yeah, he'd be looking up at the ceiling and
yeah.
Fantastic singer.
Yeah, absolutely. But how long ago did he pass?
It was around Christmas, New Year. Must be. I'm not sure, 5-6 years ago now. Okay. It was a while ago now.
Yeah. Time does fly.
It does, yeah.
We're going to play a second song for you, Hugo.
Oh, yes.
And it's Fear Factory.
Oh, you're going to love this one.
Zero Signal.
Yes.
Tell us why you picked this one.
Well, this one came out in 1995. This is off the Remanufacture album.
The Demanufacture, isn't it?
Demanufacture. Sorry, Remanufacture came later. Sorry, my mistake. Yeah. This was a whole new ball game to me when Fear Factory arrived with the double bass.
Oh man!
When you hear the drumming in this and that, and the singer's voice was just it's just different.
I'm going to play some back-to-back here because it's a song that I loved from Fear Factory called Messiah.
Yes.
It's from their Obsolete album in the late 90s. Yeah. And I was never sure if this was a real drummer because...
I can guarantee it is.
His legs would have fallen off, I reckon. But anyway, the double kick in this is just insane.
And Burton C's Bell's voice is just...
Well, there's not so much singing in Messiah as there is in Zero Signal. Yeah. But the double bass virtually through the whole song. Yeah. His shins must have been absolutely booming. He had to have his legs amputated after this, I think. But let's take a listen to a bit of Fear Factory.
Yeah, let's hear a bit.
First of all, we're going to listen to Zero Signal.
That's it. Here we go.
Get ready.
Yeah.
Killed by death.
Yeah.
What a way to go.
Well,
is there any other way? I don't know.
No.
That was your choice, actually.
Yeah, I picked that one out.
You did for the Glentertainer. Yep. He wrote back, said, "Oh, guys, I bet Coops has got it." Well, I wouldn't take that bet because I guarantee Coops has got the song "The Chase Is Better" than the catch. But he said, "I don't know what Motorhead songs you have, so get Hugo to choose one for me, please." And you did.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that.
Hope you enjoyed that, Glentertainer. That one was for you, from Hugo. Before that, who did we have? Oh, that's right. We had Fear Factory back to back.
Yes, back to back.
And that drummer, unfortunately, his legs had to be amputated, but it was worth it.
Oh, excellent stuff.
Yeah, Messiah and Zero Signal.
Yep.
There. Hey, we're getting close to the Radman's Retro Classic, which I'm just so excited about this week, listening to And Justice for All, 3 songs off the album, including maybe the greatest song of all time. Has to be in the conversation.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Hey, we're just chatting a little bit.
Yeah.
You died.
Well, yeah.
Tell us about that.
Funny story.
Hilarious.
Funny story, that one. This month, the 28th, 3 years ago, I found myself at RPH in the cardiac ward. And then a couple of days later, had a bit of a problem and carked it.
So you're in the hospital, and you had a heart attack, obviously.
While I was in there,
and you basically were dead. Everything.
According to them, 3:30 in the afternoon, on I think it was the 2nd of March. yeah, lights out
Wow.
for Hugo. So anyhow, they got me going again.
It's the place to be, I guess.
It was a good place to be. So
Yeah.
once they got me up and running again,
So just go before we go. What was the lead up to that? Like, obviously your lifestyle.
Yeah, I'd had a bit of a nagging cough and a sore knee, and I went and visited the doctor, and he did a few tests and said, "Look, I think you've had a heart attack. I think we better get you down to the hospital."
So that's why you're there in the first place.
Yeah, that's how I ended up down there.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, once they got me going again, and we had a bit of a chat, they told me I had to stop drinking. You can't drink anymore, Hugo.
Wow.
You've drank enough for everybody.
So you're age 57-ish at this stage?
Yeah, about there, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I love my barbecuing and cooking up meat in the slow cooker and all that, and they said, you're going to have to cut that back a bit.
Wow.
So then I found myself at a bit of a loss, because that was my Saturday arbos, sitting in my bar, texting in the show and giving Rockaria and giving Frank and Ryan a hard time and requesting songs and writing myself off every Saturday.
Yeah, right.
I was having a great time. But, so that all came to an end, and I found myself at a bit of a loss. So Ryan and Frank suggested, why don't you come down the station and hang out and watch us? So I come down for a few shows, and they said, would you like to get a bit more involved in that? And I said, well, I'll have a think about that. And I said, how about if I put a little heavy metal segment together, because that's part of rock.
Yeah.
Let's give that a crack. And we did a couple of shows, and we got the listeners to vote, would you like it to continue? And the thumbs up. So here we are.
Hugo's Metal Meltdown.
3 years later.
Okay.
We're still going.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
And, like, was it always going to be metal? Like,
to me, it would always had to be metal, because every time I requested a song, it was always metal.
Yeah, okay.
And I know Frank from back primary school days, so me and Frank go way, way back.
Okay.
I know Frank likes his heavy metal, and I knew he didn't have a problem with it, and we thought we'd give it a crack, and
awesome.
Yeah.
I've got a text through from Adrian. It says here. I'm not sure if it's oh no, so it says proud of you, Adrian. So it's probably not from Adrian, because it's got your Hugo on the end. Yeah. So I'm not sure who it's from, but you might know. It says Hugo and I met online, then in person at Miss Maud's, May 2002.
That's my wife.
Oh, that's your wife.
I think,
Oh, yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
That makes more sense, doesn't it? We bumped into each other one night at the Elephant and Wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
Rockaria and Heavy Metal Meltdown have helped him through some tough times, which you were just talking about.
For sure.
So that's proud of you. So that's Michelle.
Yep, thanks.
Okay.
Thanks, darling.
Oh, that's sweet.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, well, guess what time it is, Hugo?
It's time.
Radman's Retro Classic.
The worst sweep in history, that one. But anyway, we keep playing it.
Yep.
It's time for the big time. I've wanted to play this album on this show forever, but I don't know what show. Maybe this is show 16, 17, something like that. And it's one of my favourite ever albums.
Yeah.
But there was never really the right fit for it, I didn't think. But then you're the right fit for a bit of Metallica, 1988, and Justice for All.
And look at you rocking the shirt.
I'm actually rocking the T-shirt. I've been dying to wear this shirt.
If you guys could see this, yep.
I'll get a photo up on Facebook later.
He's got the tour shirt on. Fantastic.
Yeah, 1988, 89, and Justice for All. Yeah, absolutely love it. Tell us, you like the album? I mean, you don't have to, but
loved it. Jumped on a plane, flew over to Sydney, because they didn't make it to Perth back in 88, 89.
Yep. And,
me and a good friend of mine, Tony Campo, sat down and we watched Metallica do the Justice for All gig, and it was fantastic.
For me, I didn't get this album in 1988. There was sort of 91 when the Black Album come out.
Yep.
That was my gateway drug to Metallica. Sort of listened to that, loved it, and then went back and discovered, Ride the Lightning and Master of Puppets, Kill 'Em All, and this album and Justice for All. Yeah. And I'm trying to think. So we're probably talking 18, 19, 20-year-old.
Yeah.
This album in particular, and one song off this album in particular, it feels like it was the song of my youth, my Wayne's World song, the headbang song.
Yes.
In the back of the car or the front of the car if I was driving.
Yep.
And that was one.
Yes.
I think it's the greatest song ever. Have I said that on the show before about anything else? I can't remember, but it's got to be in the conversation for one of the best songs ever. It builds.
It is. It is a good song. Yeah.
And then you get the headbang at the end.
Yeah.
So I just love this album. Let us know on the text line if you're a big fan of this 0485 838 436, or if you're not, you don't have to love it. But I think this is one of the all-time great albums. Hey, I've got a couple of texts I just want to read out. Thumbs up, guys. This is from the Glentertainer again. Yeah. First time I saw Motorhead was on the Young Ones too, Radman. So he remembers as well. They were in the lounge room. I can't remember how they got there or why they were there, but they just showed up.
I'm sure they sang Ace of Spades.
Ace of Spades, you reckon?
Maybe someone could correct me, but
I don't remember. Yeah. Could be. Then we've got a couple of texts from Ian. Well, one text, sorry. Tony Campo was the guitarist from Allegiance.
Yes.
And lived at your house.
He did.
How does he know all of this?
And funny enough, we had the giant Metallica poster that took the whole wall up from that tour. I managed to buy one through Utopia Records over there, yeah.
Okay, well, without any further ado, let's get into a bit of Metallica. It's going to be a bit of a long one because these songs are 5, 6 and 7 minutes, so about nearly 20 minutes.
All right, we'll see you in 20 minutes.
Yeah, see you in 20 minutes, guys. Listen to this. The Glentertainer said the Ace of Spades is correct, Hugo.
Thank you.
Motorhead. So now we know.
Yep.
Okay, listen to this. Metallica.
Yeah.
Metallica.
Love it.
How good.
Yep.
That one is called One. Greatest song ever? Maybe.
Maybe in your world.
In my world. In my world. Before that, Eye of the Beholder, and before that, Harvester of Sorrow.
Yeah.
Off the 88 and Justice for All album. I think Ian's enjoying the show today. I think I've got more texts from Ian today than I've ever received.
Good on you.
And obviously he loves you too, Hugo.
Yep.
He sent through a message. This is an interesting one. I hope he doesn't mind me reading it out. The hen shooter was the DJ at my ill-fated wedding and played One as the bride and groom walked into the venue back in 1996. I'm not saying he jinxed it, but, you know. So that's a bit of a interesting song.
Yeah, there you go.
to walk into.
Ian's wedding song.
Were you there?
Briefly.
Tell us about it. What happened?
There's not too much to say apart from me and Tony Campo had a bit of a blue, and I decided it was best I left for everybody there, so I took off and went down the road to the Nary and had a few and went home.
Sounds like a hell of a wedding. You got one as they walk in and you getting in.
And I walked out. He walked in, I walked out.
And also Ian asked Hugo about the time Allegiance played in his backyard.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, well, as you were telling me a story about when you played a gig once up in Broome and the police showed up at 4. Well,
I'll tell you more about that because the next song I'm going to play.
Anyhow, me and a friend were turning 25, so I decided I'd not long bought my house, and I live over near Vic Parkway there, and Tony Campo he wasn't living with me then, but the boys from Allegiance, I hooked them up to do a live show in the backyard. Okay. So I didn't realise, but they got the full mixing desk. They had the speaker stacks. They had everything. It was all set up on the back patio. Yep. So the first visit from the police was about 4 o'clock. No one was at the house because I live opposite a park. So
this is 4 o'clock in the afternoon?
Yeah. We were all out in the park playing cricket.
Right, okay.
Watching all the police rock up at the house. And
why were they rocking up?
Because we had all the stereo going through the speaker stacks.
Oh, I see, okay.
And we were listening to it from out in the park while we were playing cricket.
Gotcha.
And they thought we were really good because we had a big bin out there that they thought you're putting your own fish in the bin and put your own bin. No, the bin was full up with probably about $400 or $500 worth of spirits. Another friend had built a wicked punch, and we were all out there with coffee mugs, drinking and playing cricket. So I went home, learnt how to use the sound desk and turned the volumes down because the policewoman was saying, please turn it down. Not sure if that was the same party as I had a big palm tree in the backyard that somebody lit up.
Right.
And
those things self-combust sometimes.
Oh, yes, they can.
We've had one that did that, yeah.
And we had friends coming to the party on the train, so they'd rock up at Oak Street train station and go, wonder where this party is. As soon as they stepped off, they reckon they could hear the music and look across 4 blocks and see a Roman candle flame shooting up in the sky, and went, that's got to be it.
That'll be Hugo.
And, the house was a bit of a party house back in the 80s and mid-90s.
It sounds like you've had a hell of a life, Hugo.
It's
plenty more to come.
Yeah.
So.
It's been fun so far.
Yeah, a bit of fun there.
Yeah.
Hey, the sausage sizzle is all closed up. I got a message here. That was actually 15 minutes ago. So no more sausages for sale down at Mannington Bunnings.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of that, we had a few people come through today who were just buying a sausage or buying a drink there, and had a couple of people that I spoke to, and there were definitely more than this. One was Jenny, who I think she bought a drink or a sausage and gave us $20 and said keep the change.
Yep.
Another one was Victor, who I spoke to.
Yep.
Same thing. I think he bought a drink and $20, keep the change.
Yep.
Big fans of the station. I don't think they've ever texted in, or Victor said he hadn't. He said he might today. Victor, if you are listening, 0485 838 436, let us know, bud. I'd love to hear from you. But yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Hopefully it all went well, because I left about 12:30 and you were out of there about 3:15.
3:15. I was standing over the barbecue. It was quite warm where I was.
A little bit of breeze come a bit later in the day, but the morning it got quite warm.
Yep.
Yeah, so hopefully it all helps HFM. Helps
it certainly does.
Keep on air. All volunteers here.
Yep.
So yeah, we love this station, and I'm glad you guys do too. Hey, this next song I'm going to play.
Yeah.
I've wanted to play this one for a while. One of my all-time favourite songs. Comes with a severe language warning.
Ah, yes.
Okay. And you were telling your story about your party.
Yep.
This, I have a bit of a story with this one as well. I was in a band, just a cover band up in Broome back in the mid-90s, maybe 96, around that area. And we used to play this song, and we're doing a backyard party one day, and it was 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We were doing a bit of a sound check, make sure the levels were good, and we had it pretty damn loud.
Yeah.
And we were practicing this song, and the neighbours weren't too happy. At 4 in the afternoon, they called the police on us. And this song was playing when the police come in anyway. And just as they walked around the corner, we had to stop, which was an opportune time.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to play the song now. And once you hear it, you'll understand. And if we had gone to the next level, the party might have been. Well, I don't know what would have happened, to be honest. But one of the best songs of all time. Severe language warning if you have sensitive ears. Maybe turn the volume down now. The band is called The Rage Against the Machine, and the song is Killing the Name.
Yeah.
Bit of blue metal there, Hugo.
Yeah, that should keep Mick happy.
Mick and Damo out there in Wangara.
Yeah.
I think that's their favourite band. I often request that.
They do indeed.
They did request it last week, and I didn't get to it, so I thought I'd chuck it in this week. There was quite a few I didn't get to. I'm going to filter them through the next few weeks, hopefully. So some of them weren't suitable for today's show.
Okay.
But that one was.
Yeah.
Hey, Hugo.
Yes?
There's a free community barbecue in Mundajong.
Oh, yes.
Okay, the 12th of February at 4 p.m, held at Mundajong Skate Park on Patterson Street. This event invites local residents to enjoy a free sausage sizzle cooked by Neighbourhood Watch volunteers. Well, this is a free one.
Yeah, free.
It's a great opportunity to connect with your neighbours and local community members and pick up some up-to-date crime prevention and community safety information to stay informed. This event is proudly organised in collaboration with Mundajong Police, the Shire of Serpentine, Jarradale and Neighbourhood Watch.
Very good.
So that's the Mundajong Skate Park on the 12th of Feb at 4 o'clock. More information on our awesome new website.
Yeah, and awesome it is, yes.
Still saying it's new.
Yeah.
I do love it. Like, on the Saturday, I often work.
Yeah.
So I miss Rockaria. And that was just, unfortunately, how it was. Now...
Correct. You can listen back.
I can listen back. Last night, I was out. I got home about 10:40. Actually, I woke up at 10:40. Couldn't go back to sleep.
Yep.
So I turned it on.
On with the show.
On with the show. The whole 3 hours last night laying in bed. So good.
Fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely love it. Hey, we're down to your last choice today, Hugo.
Yes.
This is it's a song, the band is called Tool.
Yep.
And it's interestingly named 46 and 2.
Yes.
Tell us about this song.
Well, I had to have a look at this to see why they called this song 46 and 2.
Did you find out?
Well, this is what I found out.
Tell us.
46 and 2, it's the possibility of reaching a state of evolution at which the body would have 2 more than the normal 46 total chromosomes and leave a disharmonious state. So the premise is that humans would deviate from the current state of human DNA, which contains 44 autosomes and 2 sex chromosomes. So the next step of evolution would likely result in a human DNA being reorganised into a 46 autosomes and 2 sex chromosomes.
Yeah,
so I'm guessing it's the next step of evolution in...
Yeah, I knew that. Doesn't everyone?
Yeah, well, there you go. Well, I do now.
Text in if you didn't know that already.
Yeah.
That's, I still have no idea what you just said.
No, basically, I think it's the next step in the evolution process of humans.
Okay. Well, we'll have to listen closely to the words.
Unless we become robots.
Because I'm completely confused. Oh, yeah. Cyborgs or something.
This is a bit of alternative progressive metal.
Okay.
So, yeah. It's
and why did you choose it? Like, what about this song that you like?
Just things changed. I probably, after cracking into the Fear Factory, I sort of just started to chill out a bit.
Okay.
And this album, Anemia, is, this one was a great album.
Yeah, Anemia from 1996.
Yes. So, yeah, here we go.
Getting towards the end of the show, so just starting to bring it back a little bit. It's 5:45, just gone. Thanks for everyone joining us today. It's been a ball with Hugo. I was looking forward to this.
Thanks, mate.
Because I mentioned it to you last year sometime.
Yeah, it was late last year. You asked if I'd be interested in popping in and doing a Sunday session.
Awesome. I've had a ball, man.
Yes, yes.
Let's kick it off with a bit of Tool. I've got another WA band also in this little bracket here, Crailbone. I don't know if you've had the pleasure of seeing them yet. I love this song, Waves as well, which is in this bracket. But that'll come. Let's listen to Tool, 46 and 2.
Let's go.
Crailbone, West Australia's own, with Waves there. And before that we had Tool with 46 and 2. That was your last pick, Hugo.
Yeah. Not as heavy as the others, but you know.
Yeah, just quietened it off.
Part of my youth.
Yep, no, it was beautiful, but beautiful just to finish it off. And that is about it for today.
Yep.
Normally have Keith on after us today. Not here today, unfortunately, Keith, so it'll be playlist.
Yep.
But some exciting news. There's a new show starting on HFM tonight at 9 o'clock. With the man himself, Mr. Paul Stafford.
Good morning.
Who joins us in the studio right now. Hey, Paul, how are you?
I'm fine. I sound very quiet on this microphone.
Oh, well, you put your both ears on and it might help a little bit.
2 ears?
That's two ears for beginners.
I've got the 46 plus 2.
Yeah.
I was trying to work that out as I was driving down the Albany Highway. But,
don't even try.
I think it's 2 brain cells. That's all we have, 2 brain cells.
Left.
We have now.
Hey, tell us about the show, Paul. What's it going to be?
Well, it's basically going to be, and this is a bit of a cop-out, good music, i.e. no particular genre of music, but from, shall we say, the mid-60s to the early 90s.
Okay.
It'll be basically rock-based, but not totally.
Okay.
It's going to be full of jingles made by, I suppose I can mention the company as they are the biggest in the world, Jam, who did all the pirate stations and everything during the 60s. And we're just going to make it a fun, nostalgic view of music.
Okay.
So don't expect long pauses. There'll be half a deep breath, introduce a song, move on to the next one, drop a jingle in, maybe drop a few celebrity bits in.
Yep.
Certainly got a nice interview with Steve Miller coming up later on.
Awesome.
Talking about the Joker.
Yeah, wow. That's cool.
Which is quite interesting because he talks about it as being the song he wrote the night before, but then he got sued by the Clovers because the lovey-dovey all the time he ripped off from a 1950s rock and roll song.
Oh, right.
So instead of the original label that says written by Steve Miller, it's now written by about 9 different people. So
really?
yeah,
that's a bit of a nuisance.
Cost him a few dollars.
Yeah, well, it hurt his hip pocket too, I was going to say. So that's this show starts tonight at 9 o'clock through till 12.
Through till 12.
Every Sunday going forward.
With the exception of Easter, unless I can do it from Adelaide, I'll have a work on that one.
So the Sunday lineup now, before we got the Sunday Sesh, 4 till 6, then we got Kaleidoscope with Keith, 6 till 9, and then, what's the show called?
The Late Night Show.
The Late Night Show, from 6 till 12 every
9
Sunday.
to 12.
9 to 12, sorry. 9 to 12 every Sunday.
Well, I can always start at 6 o'clock.
Well, there is no Keith tonight, but so we're running out of time.
Yep.
We do have to go. Thank you so much, Hugo.
No, it was my pleasure. Thanks for inviting me.
Had a blast, bud. Anytime. Always welcome back on the Sunday Sesh.
Just give me the nod, mate. I'll be
Okay,
here.
mate. Yeah, we'll do it again.
Yeah.
And thanks, Paul. We'll hear you on air later.
That's all right. I was just going to say about your T-shirt, there is actually no Metallica on the programme, but there are a few words from James from Metallica.
Okay.
And I'll leave that for you to sort of sit and listen to probably about 10:30.
Okay. No worries.
Thank you.
Okay. We got to go. See you, everyone.
See us.
Catch you guys.